Hello everybody, welcome to my new video and my new channel of the EFL Championship Roundup and predictions. So I'm starting it new today. Start doing videos of what's gone on and happened in every week's championship fixtures and predictions. And I've started doing this video because I've seen everyone else do it and I've watched it and it seems quite fun, so I'm going to do it as well. So we'll start off with Friday night. Just gone, between the game between Barnsley and Bristol City, and I watched it on Sky after I finished work, got back off holiday, and it was actually a pretty entertaining game. Bristol City went a goal up after 43 minutes thanks to Williams after the poor deflection at the back post made Williams make it 1-0. Then Andreas Weimann made it 2-0 with 20 minutes to play, when you would think that would be game over by the way Bristol City have been playing away from home and all season. But Barnsley then got back in it with Halme after 77 minutes to make it 2-1 to Bristol City. Then you'd think that was all that was done for Bristol City, but late on, in the 94th minute of the game, Barnsley came back to make it 2-2, which is a massive point for them, especially against Bristol City and the form they've been on. It's a massive point for Barnsley, being where they are at this current stage. I saw the game, and the way it was going, I was thinking that Bristol City were going to win the game. But it actually turned out Barnsley had most of the shots in possession, 24 shots to 9 for a team. The team and the form Barnsley have been on, you wouldn't expect it from a side as Bristol City. But Bristol City and Barnsley literally played out a fantastic game. Cordy Woodrow, who I think, if Barnsley do stay up this season, could be a massive part in their championship season. But that gave Barnsley a point, which is good for them. It saw them move up into 23rd, and a point for Bristol City moved them into the top 6 of the championship. And then we move on to our games on Saturday. The 12 o'clock kickoff between Wigan and Swansea City. Now, I didn't see this game because I'm a Reading fan and I'm a season ticket holder and I go to every Reading home game, so I didn't really see this game. But when I got there, I saw the end of it, and Swansea actually took the lead after 12 minutes thanks to Nathan Dyer. He curled a shot into the far corner after being picked out by Burset Selina, who's been on pretty good form recently, to make it 1-0. Then Wigan got back in it with 10 minutes later after a foul on Che Dunkley from Mark van der Horn on pulling his shirt, which I didn't think there was much in it to give a penalty, but with the new rule and the law now, it was obviously given a penalty, and Kiefer Moore made it 1-1 to score his first goal for Wigan Athletics since joining from Barnsley. And then Wigan was so close to getting a point before Swansea City made it 2-1 in the 92nd minute thanks to from Surridge with an injury time strike that rescued 3 points, which they needed to keep level with points with the top 2, which obviously at that time was Leeds and West Brom. But for Swansea, that's big 3 points. For Wigan, you may feel sorry for them. It's points they really needed at the bottom of the championship, being where they are. And I've seen Swansea play. I saw Swansea play against Reading. I wouldn't say they're the best team, but they kept us defending until the last minute, where we scored with Andy Yeadon, which gave us a point. But for Wigan, they're a pretty decent side. They survived championship football last season, and I think they could do it again if they have the right players and the right tools with the right manager, Paul Cook, if they can survive there. And then next we'll go to Blackburn Rovers, who beat Sheffield Wednesday by 2-1. It wasn't the most entertaining game after I saw the highlights, but it was actually pretty decent. The last 15 minutes or so literally turned this game all over. Sheffield with 3 goals in the last 8 minutes of the game for both teams. Sheffield Wednesday took the lead with 83 minutes played. After Jacob Murphy thought he had all 3 points won for them with just 7 minutes to go, nodding home a header from Stephen Fletcher after he hit the crossbar, which is actually poor defending by Blackburn's part. But then Blackburn then scored 3 minutes from time, 2 in 3 minutes, when Adebayo came on the pitch as a substitute with a cross coming in from a free kick which was given away, which John Buckley took, whipped into the box, and Adebayo heads it over the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper to make it 1 apiece. But then it was a goal. Then there was an equaliser, and then there was the winner from Blackburn Rovers after Buckley's deflected shot ended up in the Blackburn net. To end Sheffield Wednesday's unbeaten run of 6 wins in a row. But then Fernando Forestieri also did hit the bar late on as well, but it was deflected and saved by Christian Walter, the Blackburn goalkeeper. So Blackburn took all 3 points here, which I wouldn't say for them it might be a good win, but for Sheffield Wednesday you'd think it's a bit chance missed out to go into the top 6 with everyone dropping points this up on Saturday. And then we had Brentford go up against Huddersfield Town. Brentford, who have been on such good form, actually lost that game by 1-0. Lost that game by 1-0 after Carlon Grant broke the deadlock after an hour. After Huddersfield frontman scored, put it in the bottom corner after good work from Fraser Campbell and Danny Simpson. But they could have been denied 3 points. After Julien Janvier hit the bar for Brentford. But Brentford couldn't deal with it, and in the end they lost by 1-0. But you'd think Brentford would have won this game, but it wasn't an easy tough Brentford. Huddersfield, who've been such good, they were on a poor start to the season, but then since Danny Cowley and his brother have come into to manage Huddersfield Town, my God, they've done an amazing job. Unbeaten in 7 now. They've now collected 15 points in 9 games under Corley and moved from the bottom of the championship into 18th. What a job he has done for Huddersfield Town, but for Brentford not so much. They slipped down to 13th after that 1-0 defeat to Huddersfield. And then Cardiff, go to Cardiff City. They beat Birmingham by 4-2 in a magnificent game down in South Wales, after Pedersen gave Birmingham City the lead just after 3 minutes from a fantastic shot. He put a header in, but then it was 1-1 after half hour played, after Rawls' penalty. After Joel Rawls' penalty made it 1-1, and then the game was turned around by Nelson. It was turned around by Connell, turned the game on its head before the penalty, and then Rolls Curler gave the Bluebirds a third, which you'd think would have been game over. And then Cardiff went down to 10 men, which maybe thought Birmingham could have a chance to get back in this game, which they did, to make it 3-2 by Sunjic. What a fantastic goal it was by Sunjic. From nearly 35 yards out, absolute screamer to make it 3-2. Wasn't enough though, because in the end, Birmingham City went down to 10 men. It was Dean who got sent off after a foul in the box on Nelson when Joe Rawls came in, stepped up to take his penalty and to make it 4-2 and to bag his hat-trick. Cardiff City, who started the season poorly, they've now starting to pick up points which they really need after the way they started this season under Neil Warnock since getting relegated from the Premier League. And then we go to Derby County, who beat Middlesbrough by 2-0. Middlesbrough have been absolutely awful this season, sitting 22nd in the Championship. So surprise, actually, only sitting on 12 points, which is poor since Middlesbrough last season finished 7th. But Derby County took the lead after 22 minutes thanks to Tom Lawrence, who people may suggest, why is Tom Lawrence starting in the Championship in this game today after his thing with Richard Keown and Mason Bennett? But that was all put out the window after Lawrence gave them the lead after 22 minutes. And then after George Saville got sent off for Middlesbrough, that was it. It was game over. Then game over for Middlesbrough. Couldn't get anything back in this game. They did hit the bar in the second half by Lee Tomlin, but it wasn't enough to be. And then Lawrence, on 6 minutes in time, made it 2-0. Made it 2-0, which put the icing on the cake, really. And Jonathan Woodgate has now only managed 2 wins since becoming Middlesbrough manager. One of them, which was against Reading, which still bugs me quite a bit. We didn't deserve to lose that game, but nonetheless, Derby needed 3 points. Middlesbrough, they're really going to get something back from this game, or from the next game they have. And then Hull City, they took on Fulham, which was probably the win of the weekend. Hull City beating Fulham by 3-0. Bowler putting Hull City in front with his first ever professional goal, volleying low past Marcus Bettinelli after his initial effort was rebounded back off the post and into the path of him. Then going into half time it's 1-0. Then going into the second half, Jarrod Bowen made it 2-0 after despite dominating possession. They went 2 down after Jarrod Bowen drilled low into the corner for his 10th of the season, who's been absolutely unstoppable this season for Hull City. If they do manage to get into the top 6, he will be the man to take them there. And then it was 3-0 with ease, 6 minutes to go. After they completed that, who stumbled as the ball hit him, as he took the shot, as the ball hit him, Eve stumbled across the goal to make it 3-0, and that was all she wrote. But the way Fulham played this season, I didn't expect that to end like 3-0. Mitrovic, who's been on form absolutely this season, I went to watch him play against Reading. They absolutely battered us 4-1 because of Mitrovic and Cavallero and Anthony Knocker. 3 fantastic players since coming back from the Championship. I really see them going back up, but they have a tough task if they want to go back up to the Premier League. And then Leeds took on QPR, and that end Leeds won by 2-0. It was Roberts who put Leeds in front before half time, slotting in from the edge of the box after being teed up by Jack Harrison. And then Harrison capitalised on a poor mistake by QPR, led to that goal to make it 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, which gave Leeds United 3 points, which they needed to keep up with the top 2. Every season Leeds do get up to the top 2, but yet they fall back down. One season it could be their season, but I don't see the way it's going. I don't see this season being their season. West Brom losing out on the playoffs last season. They're doing so well, but then again, it's still tight at the top. They're only from 1st to 15th, only separating them by at least 9 points. So anything to play for this season. But for QPR, they've really slipped since playing Reading. They've really slipped. They haven't won in 3 since playing us at home at Loftus Road. They haven't won in 3. They've slipped down the table recently, and they started the season well, and I think they could carry on. But it's obviously see where can QPR go from here. That is the question. And then we head to Kenilworth Road, where Luton Town take on Nottingham Forest. And Forest won that game by 2-1. Obviously, Forest's game was postponed last weekend against Reading. I was up there, I was travelling my way up there as well. I got there only to find out that the game was postponed. So I had to get a refund earlier on today. And Forest missed out on a win there. For Reading, missed out on the chance for Forest to make the top 6. But it didn't matter. They got back on winning ways after losing 3 at 2 on the bounce. They got back to winning ways after Lewis Crappen made it 1-0 after 39 minutes. After the first half, apparently by collecting Thiago Silva's through ball to slot coolly past the goalkeeper James Shea just before the break. Then Amiobi made it 2-0. After he was given space to control from Joe Lolly to cross before finding the bottom corner to seal, you'd think, all 3 points for Nottingham Forest. But then Luton obviously did pull one back fantastically by Callum McManaman after he fine strike past the goalkeeper Brice Samba. But that wasn't enough to deal with or get a point back from this game. Luton, who started the season well, they've now slipped down to 21st. They've slipped down to 21st, and they have tough games coming up in the next couple of weeks. Especially, we play them at home next weekend. We play them at home on Saturday, which we need 3 points from that. They would need 3 points as well if they want to survive in this league. But Forest, they're under control. They've now got off their 3 defeats in a row. They now slip back into the top 6 of the Championship. And Forest are a good side, what can you say? But they just need now, can they carry this run going and make the top 6? And then we go to my team, Reading. They took on Millwall by 2-1. I was there. It was a fantastic game. First half we dominated. Second half it all came Millwall. And after Millwall scored their second goal, that was it. It was a fantastic game of football. So nervous right to the end. If you see Millwall were going to get a point, could they take it? But in the end it was us that took 3 big points. First, after 9 minutes, we took the lead thanks to Jordan Abita. The cross was whipped in. The corner was whipped in by John Swift. Headed pass over the head of Matt Miazga, who whipped into the far post of Jordan Abita outside the box. Smashed it into the bottom corner by Belkowski to make it 1-0. And he deserves that goal so much after coming back from a 2-year hiatus from an injury and having 3 surgeries, thinking that it maybe he had to retire, but he deserved it so much, hitting it into the bottom corner to make it 1-0. And then it was 2-0 at half time, but we should have had 3 or 4. John Swift hitting the bar after 20 minutes from a free kick, which curled into the top. Matt Miazga as well, he had a header saved on the line by Balkowski, who was on form in the first half. And then we made it 2-0, 6 minutes to go to half time, when Sam Baldock, who's back in the starting 11 since Jose Gomez left our club, he's come back into the starting 11, play up front with Shoshi Pushkash, and he absolutely rifled it into the top corner after losing the ball in midfield. Ovie Ejaria picked it up, who's been on form, one of the best players I've ever seen play for Reading. Gave the ball to Sam Baldock, who turned his man and smashed it into the top corner to make it 2-0. We needed that second goal, because that second half, Millwall came out fighting. After the second half, they came out fighting. Jed Wallace gave Millwall a goal back to make it 2-1 after, from his end to our end, ran through 3 of our players. Sam Baldock came back from striker, from forward to get back up defence, couldn't do enough. Wallace got past a beater, Blackett, Sam Baldock, Morrison and Miazga, and went alone, and Wallace made it 2-1, which, to be fair, was a very important goal for them, and very good goal. Then it was game on. It was 20 minutes played. It was game on with 20 minutes left, and it was all Millwall. We defended for our lives. 6 minutes added time we had, and they had chances left, right, centre, flying men forward. In the end, we couldn't get out for our own box, but luckily we defended well. John Daddy Bodvarsson coming back to his old ground, where obviously he came from. He had a bicycle kick put wide in the 95th minute of the game, which could have saw a point, but we survived, and thank God. It was very nerve-wracking, but since Mark Bowen's come in, I didn't have my thoughts about him. I thought it was a very poor decision. But 7 points from 9, 7 points from 3 games, 7 out of 9 points. It's not bad. A win at Preston in the 98th minute, which you'll see, I'll put that on my channel later. The draw at QPR and the win at Millwall, Luton coming up next. I really think we have a chance to rescue points and see where we can go from here. But it was a good, all-round good weekend. My surprise of the weekend has to go to Hull City beating Fulham by 3 goals to 0. What a win that was. And for the goal of the weekend, I'm probably going to have to give it to Sujic, the Birmingham City win. Even though they lost that game 4-2, absolutely fantastic goal. There's a lot of contenders in there, but I think it really can stand out the performance. And this is what the table looks like in the Championship. This is what the table looks like in the Championship. You have Leeds United sitting in first, Swansea sitting in second, West Brom, who won early on today in a 2-0 victory at Stoke, which was a poor performance by Stoke, and West Brom poor performance as well. But West Brom literally put points out there. Preston then made it 4-0. Preston then finished putting 4. Forest in 5th, Bristol City in 6th, Sheffield Wednesday, Fulham, QPR, Charlton, Hull and Birmingham City from 7th to 12th, only separated by 3 points. Cardiff City in 14th, Derby with a big win made 15th, 16th Blackburn, Millwall who lost to us, 15th and 17th, Huddersfield and Reading who've got on a massive roll, move up to 18th and 19th, Wigan in 20th, Luton dropped down to 21st, and the bottom 3 consists of Middlesbrough, Barnsley and Stoke, who, to be fair, Stoke really need to pick up points after their poor performance at West Brom earlier. And I forgot to mention, Preston versus Charlton, that finished 1-0 from a penalty from Gallagher. After it was like, didn't really see a challenge, but I think it was Gallagher who went over from the tuck of the shirt, and then Gallagher stepped up and made it 1-0. And obviously the West Brom game made it finished 2-0 thanks to Phillips after 8 minutes, and Robson Canoe after 66 minutes made it 2-0 there. But Stoke need to pick up points. Luton as well, Middlesbrough, Barnsley, everyone needs to pick up points, but from 18 onwards, the gap is not that bad. 8 points separate most sides between this game. But we have another week of round of fixtures coming up at the weekend on Saturday. I'll be going to Reading v Luton Town. Hopefully we can get 3 big points there. I'll have a reaction video and I'll have a review video on the games. I'll have a prediction video first, a review on Saturday after the games have all been played. But after Sunday, obviously, when the Sheffield Wednesday play. But I'll have a video up then ready. Thanks for joining my video. Hope you liked it. Hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like it, I'll do more videos of these. And I may get someone on my channel, like Charlie, like someone that goes to Reading, a Reading vlogger or someone. Hope you like it. Please subscribe. And yeah, out.